That was that was oh gosh.
Simon Cowell, the man who made countless dreams come true and crushed just as many with a single unforgettable line. For decades, he wasn't just a television judge. He was one of the most powerful forces in music and entertainment, shaping stars, creating empires, and rewriting pop culture. But behind that sharp-tongued, unshakable image was a man fighting private battles few ever imagined. At 65, his life today looks heartbreakingly different from the one millions of fans remember. Simon Philip Cowell was born on October 7, 1959, in Lambeth, London, and grew up in Hertfordshire. His roots were a mix of cultures. His mother, Julie Brett, a ballet dancer and socialite from a Christian family, and his father, Eric Cowell, a music executive of Polish-Jewish heritage. Simon wasn't an only child. He had younger and half-siblings, so competition and noise were always part of his world. School wasn't smooth either. He jumped between Radlett Preparatory, licensed victualler's school in Ascot, and eventually Windsor Technical College, where he scraped through English and sociology, but never finished a degree. Like so many young dreamers, Simon tried odd jobs. He even worked briefly as a runner on Stanley Kubrick's The Shining in 1980, until clashes with colleagues drove him out. His father got him a mailroom job at EMI Music, but Simon's climb stalled. Frustrated, he left, tried other ventures, then returned to EMI, learning the hard lessons that would fuel his toughness. In the mid-1980s, he struck out on his own, forming Fanfare Records. Early hits, like Sunita's So Macho, gave him a taste of luxury. A Porsche, a house, a lifestyle he thought would last. But by age 28, it all collapsed. Industry giant Pete Waterman froze Fanfare's assets and repossessed that Porsche. Broke and humiliated, Simon had to move back with his parents. He later admitted he wanted everything overnight. The crash forced him to slow down, regroup, and rebuild. His comeback began at BMG, where he launched S Records. He signed novelty acts, like the Power Rangers theme, and WWF albums, but his smartest move was persuading actors Robson Green and Jerome Flynn to record Unchained. Melody after performing it on TV. The single ruled the UK charts for 7 weeks in 1995 and made Simon his first million. By the late 90s, his influence grew with boy bands like Westlife and Five, but television turned him into a household name. In 2001, Pop Idol revealed Simon's blunt criticism and sharp wit, and by 2002, American Idol made him a global star. He went on to create The X Factor in 2004 and Got Talent in 2006, franchises that dominated worldwide. Psycho Music, his label, signed acts like Little Mix, One Direction, and Fifth Harmony. Awards and honors poured in. Time Magazine's 100 Most Influential, a BAFTA Special Award, and a star on Hollywood's Walk of Fame. Simon Cowell was at the absolute peak. Wealthy, famous, and seemingly untouchable. But heartbreak struck. In 1999, his father Eric died suddenly of a heart attack, just as Simon's career was taking off. Simon called that flight home the longest of his life. His father never lived to see American Idol make Simon a household name. In 2015, tragedy hit again when his beloved mother Julie passed at 89. Simon admitted losing her was the most devastating moment of his life, leaving him shaken and hollow. His love life was equally turbulent. Long relationships ended painfully. His engagement to makeup artist Mejgan Husseini collapsed. And in 2013, his affair with Lauren Silverman, while she was married to Simon's friend Andrew, made global headlines. The scandal was messy, but from it came his greatest joy. His son, Eric, born February 14, 2014. Simon has said, without hesitation, Eric saved him. Still, grief consumed him. After his mother's death, Simon spiraled into depression. He hid behind jokes and TV cameras while secretly dying inside, overeating, gaining weight, staying up all night, and losing hope. He admitted he wouldn't have cared if a bus had hit him. Fame and fortune meant nothing. But fatherhood changed everything. Eric gave him purpose, laughter, and a reason to live. Life kept testing him. In 2015, burglars broke into his London mansion, stealing cash and jewelry worth hundreds of thousands. His own security guard was in the bathroom at the time. Even Simon's dogs, usually loud, were silent. The violation shook him to the core. Police later caught the thief, but the fear lingered. Then came physical danger. In 2020, while testing an electric bike at home in Malibu, Simon crashed, breaking his back. A 6-hour surgery and a metal rod saved him from paralysis. He joked online, but later admitted he nearly smashed his spine to pieces. 2 years later in London, another crash broke his arm. He laughed it off publicly, calling himself a bit of a nutter. But those close calls reminded him how fragile life had become. The losses didn't stop. Contestants he'd championed, like singer Nolan Neal and beloved AGT star Nightbird, passed away far too soon. He mourned Il Divo's Carlos Marin, writing that he was devastated. Even as Simon guided global entertainment, the cost weighed heavily. In recent years, Simon has faced relentless scrutiny over his changing appearance. Botox, fillers, and cosmetic lifts sparked headlines and cruel memes. A 2025 Britain's Got Talent video even drew comments that he looked AI-generated, forcing him to turn off replies. Simon admitted going a bit too far and has since sworn off fillers, focusing instead on clean skin, diet, and health. Today, Simon Cowell still commands the stage on America's Got Talent and is preparing a 6-episode Netflix docuseries, Simon Cowell, The Next Act, where he'll search for the next global boy band. His story of spectacular highs, crushing lows, near-death accidents, and the saving grace of fatherhood proves that even the most powerful can be heartbreakingly human. So what do you think of Simon's transformation? Are you excited for his next chapter? Share your thoughts in the comments. Hit like if this story moved you, and subscribe to the Backstage Eyes, where Hollywood's hidden truths always come to light.